Hi, this is Chris. I've been wanting to make a loose leaf junk journal, and so I've been searching for parts, and what I want to make is a size like this. So I was looking for a 3-ring mechanism. I couldn't find a 3-ring, I could only find a 6-ring, but I'm going to keep searching. And so this is, I think, 7 by 9, 7 inches wide, 18 centimeters, and it's 9 inches tall, 23 centimeters. And the spine on this one is 1.5 inches, about 3.5 centimeters. So I need to find pieces to make the cover and the spine. And I went through my stash and I found this nice piece here, but it's not quite long enough. But it's a good thickness. I have some corrugated cardboard, but I don't think that would be good for the spine. I don't have enough for all pieces. I've got this, it's a little bit lighter. This one's even lighter. And paper has a grain, and you can see it bends easier this way. It's harder to bend that way. That one's thicker. Got these other papers. These are all from packaging. That one's harder to bend that way and easier to bend that way. So the grain is going this way on this one. I have this mailer from Amazon. It's all crinkly and it's got these little bits of padding in it that make it bumpy, and it feels funny and different. And then I got these from Amazon, 6-ring loose leaf binder mechanism. I wanted a 3-ring because I already have a 3-ring punch, but all I could find was the 6-ring. So they have a little screw and a little, it's not a bolt, but it's what the screw goes into, and that fastens to your cover. So when it comes to punch my papers, I do have a Memory Keepers, We Are Memory Keepers planner punch board. So I can set that up to punch 3, and then I could flip my paper over and punch the other 3. I'm not sure if it'll go through thick paper because I'm planning to do some thicker paper pages. So that's what we're going to use for the cover and the mechanism. I could cut this with a craft knife. I won't try to cut it on my sliding cutter. I'm going to cut this on my guillotine, which is on the other side of the room. So I will be back. So besides marking it here, I also check the measurement on my guillotine cutter when I'm actually cutting it. Okay, we've got our pieces. What happened to our spine? Here it is. This will go on here. So I'm going to measure it and punch it, but I'm not going to attach it until after I've wrapped the cover. So it's about where it should land. So I'm going to remove my little nuts and bolts. Now for punching the holes, I've wanted one of these anyways, and I thought this would be a good excuse to get it. And the instructions are in a language I can't read, but I know how they work. So this is called a drill punch. And I'm going to have to find a special box for it so it doesn't lose its parts. And these are all different size punches. And this is the drill. As you see, it screws in like that, and as you push down it screws in and cuts the paper. So let's try it out. I don't want to do it on this mat. If I go through, I don't want to mess that up. So I have this older mat here. Let's try it on this. And what size hole will we need? That one's too big. That one might be good. I think that one's just right. Okay, this comes off. Take out that punch. Screw that back on. Whoa! Okay. That time it went all the way through to the cutting board. So that's our hole. So I'm going to use this for the outside. I need to open it up. So that was pretty easy. I think I will get my pieces. I'm going to do it like this. I'm leaving just a little bit, like 1/8 of an inch. So this is my first time making a loose leaf binder. So if you haven't done it before, we're learning this together. Principles are the same, it's just that you have a mechanism to add. I'm just going to cut off some of the excess so that I don't have quite so much to work with. Okay, let's see what's inside this. It's little foam dots. Look at that, they just like put these little foam dots in there. And that's what gives it the padding and the crinkle in this paper. Yeah, it just feels like some kind of foam. It could be a paper pulp, but it feels more of a plastic origin. There's another image of it. That is weird. All right. This will be on the outside. Okay, we're going to glue our parts down. I'm going to use PVA Professional Quality Archival Adhesive. Dries clear, remains flexible. Ideal for bookbinding and paper products. I got this on Amazon. I've used PVA glue for bookbinding for years. It's white glue is pretty much what it is. It's just that they've checked it to make sure it's acid free. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use it straight out of the bottle or paint it on. My brush didn't get too well cleaned out last time. I use inexpensive brushes for this kind of stuff. I think I will just go for it. Put it on and then brush it with the brush. Now, I have to wash that out pretty soon. So if you ever wondered what to do with those weights you bought and used once or twice, and then they gather dust, this is great. Plenty of weight to hold that flat. I could probably put it like this. There. So I'll let that dry while I wash out my brush. We'll be back. I got my water dish out so I can stick my brush in it while I'm doing this. Those are heavy. I will put this under weights when I'm finished gluing all the pieces. And I'm not worrying about the edges if they don't quite glue, because this is going to be wrapped. That's pretty well glued down. It's going to warp a little bit because the glue is a water glue. Hold it all down. Put this one here and that one there. So I will let those sit for a while and dry up. I actually let these sit overnight. The battery in my camera was needing a charge and the sun was going down, so I just left them overnight. Should be nice and done now. So there's our start to our book cover. Very crunchy. Actually goes this way. I'm going to poke holes in here so I know where those holes are. What I want to do is I want to fold this over, but I'm thinking it's going to be really thick in some parts, so I want to take off this layer. We'll see how that works. That was the edge of the envelope where it was glued together, so there's no stuffing in there, or filling, cushioning. This is going to be a bigger mess. see how this goes. Comes off fairly easy. I've got most of it off. I use this acrylic. I'm not even sure what this is or where I got it from, but it comes in handy now and then. So I'm going to continue scraping that off. But first I will cut off this excess paper. So I don't want to cut this way so I can cut through the front. I'm just going to hold the paper up and cut right along the edge like that. And this is a junk journal, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I didn't bother scraping this side because that's going in the trash. Okay, so I'm just going to clean this up a little bit more, and then we'll start wrapping the cover. After I got most of the foam off with this acrylic, whatchamacallit, I used a crepe eraser, also known as rubber cement eraser, and it's good for rubbing off all kinds of glues, rubber cements. It's good at rubbing off Faber-Castell before it is completely set. Not when it's real wet, but when it's starting to set. It hasn't completely dried. This is pretty good at getting Faber-Castell off. So I'm going to have these little bits and pieces all over the place. I'm going to try to clean those up because I don't want them to get in under the paper when I'm gluing it over the edge. Now I've got bits of that stuff sticking to my sweater. I'm going to use a PVA glue again. My poor brush is so stiff. And my small scissors. I'm going to cut. I'll leave a little bit of space right in here. Push glue down in between that little piece that I cut off and then underneath it, just so that the layers get glued together. paper is fairly pliable, so I'm forcing it a little bit towards the spine, so I have a little bit of leeway to press that in right there. Don't need to do too much creasing on the edges because it's a junk journal, but can't help myself. There's the first stage of our cover. In the next video, we'll finish up the cover and start making some pages. So come back for part 2 next week. Have a great day crafting. Bye-bye.